All right, let's see what's going on for you guys. This is the the last 2 weeks of October. Interesting. Interesting, Libra. Okay, well, we have the Justice card, and who does that represent but you, the sign of scales and balance, right? Can you see those? The scales. Okay. And then we have the Two of Wands, which is absolutely exciting. I love the Two of Wands. Okay, Libra, so let's look at this last 2 weeks of our second 2 weeks of October. I don't want to put it last because it's just important as the first 2 weeks, isn't it? I am feeling good about this for you all. As I remember, you all had a fairly good reading from September reading to October mid-month. And I'm just feeling better for Libras than I have in a while. I feel like some Libras have been through the meal and I'm getting 9 years or shorter or longer. There is a lot of fairness in your life. There's justice. You're balancing better than you ever have, Libra. I'm going to use my wand, my selenite wand, to point. But more balance in your life than ever. And this is allowing you to feel your spiritual awareness. You're open your seventh chakra. Here's the sword. So you're using your decision-making abilities. People, again, I feel like I've said this before, are seeing that you are not, if you've ever felt flaky or people have seen you that way, it's not that you are, but you just want to make the right decision. But I feel like your decisions are coming quicker. So it's like, yeah, I know what I'm saying. It's not the thinking about it as long. Now, sometimes we need to do that, but for the most part, I feel like there's a lot of quick decision making or value in your decision making. It may not be fast and furious, but it may be spot on. I love that it comes with this Two of Wands, because this Wands card is facing the Justice. So this is like a creative venture that you're wanting to put out in the world, or some type of work that you do that you're really excited about putting out, and you're thinking about it, and he's holding the world, and he's looking at what all opportunities he can bring to people, and he has his Two Wands. So this is like a gateway, a door opening for you. And it's all about you, really. It's all about you moving forward and really getting excited about these creative ventures you're doing. It could be social or philanthropic. It could be holistic. It could be the type of work I'm doing. It could be or mediumship. I mean, it could, or an attorney, from A to Z. Or you could be writing a book, but there's a lot of justice. There's a lot of fairness in the world, both for yourself and for others in what you're wanting to do. This brings about peace, harmony, love, all of those good things that Libra is. All right, let's take a look at this card has come out like 3 or 4 times. Loving it. Okay, and then we have we have the Eight of Pentacles, which is about money, body, finances, everything external in our life, which is really positive. And then we have I call it the stinking thinking card. It's the Five of Cups. All right, so November, and we'll see what the transition card under here says. But then you go into more of you're doing your work, and I said that in sort of a real warbly sort of way, didn't I? You're doing your work. You're being very diligent about it. You're honing your craft and your skills. All right? You're really doing that. You're taking this and you're honing your skills and making more money. And then there's a certain aspect of, how do I want to say this? Possibly relationship. Who Done Me Wrong song. Like I said, stinking thinking, negative beliefs. Poor me. We've all done it. We've all been there. We all do it. So it might be good to write down, if you want, but I feel like it could be good for you, Libra, to write down any traits about yourself, emotions about yourself, habits about yourself that feel negative. And this helps your connection with God, or your God source of love, and the source of love, God-like connection to you, because you're saying, these are my, this is what I see about myself, and this is what I feel about myself that maybe I want to let go of. And so source of love is saying, hey, then that means you're wanting to raise your vibration. All right? We may have to pull a clarification card for this, but it's kind of facing this 8 of Pentacles, so this may be coming out in your work, and this may not be this is what I got when I first turned it over, may not be such a terrible, bad thing. It makes people vulnerable, open to emotions, and the cups are about our emotions, and you may be bringing that to your work. Like I said, if you're a practitioner or even an attorney, we need a sort of vulnerability to be able to connect with other people. You all have to leave some comments below on these. All right, let's see what the transition card is. Dun, 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 for Libra. All right, well, I was wondering where a sword card would come up, because we have the wands, the pentacles, and the cups. Wands, pentacles, cups. And I thought, well, where's the sword card? And it came up. It's the 2 of swords. Okay, so we have the 2 of wands, we have the 2 of swords. Well, the 2 of swords is not seeing clearly, having your blinders on, or not ready to make decisions. She has her hands over her heart, and there's water in the background. So there's something you're holding near and dear. You're keeping close to the vest. Some type of thinking, and you're not ready to open yourself up to criticism, to doubt from others. You're keeping, I feel like with this card, that this is what's going on with a lot of you. And even though you want to work diligently, there's still something you want to work through. It may be that your message to the world is unfolding. Your new message to the world is unfolding. And this reading, and I've said this a couple times for a couple signs, is you may want to watch this reading again in after the first week of November, or around the first week of November. The 5th feels right for me, for you, for some odd reason. So just saying. Clarification card. She's been a clarification card before. Okay, the Queen of Cups. Okay, so let's take a look at this. And what the Queen of Cups represents, if I can say that correctly. She represents psychic intuition. She represents nurturing, warmth, social ability, creative ability, the love of painting, art, music, right brain activities. She can be a Scorpio, Pisces, or Cancer, sun, moon, or rising. So if this is your moon or rising sign, or if you know of anyone, my feeling about this is the clarification. You know, it's interesting how we have the 5 of Cups here looking downward, and here we have the Queen. I would say, Libra, you are an air sign, so you do a lot of thinking. Stay open to your emotions and how they do make you vulnerable, and how you do interact with other people. Okay, especially around this new moon, feels important. And let me know in the comments below if this is a particular person in your life that's really, this can be man or woman. Like if you have a spouse that's Cancer sign, or Scorpio, or Pisces. Interesting. 1, 2, cut cards. Okay. All right. All right. So I'm going to look into my crystal and hold it to the side. So this is for Libra, October 15th through November 15th. And there is color in the middle. There's rainbow. And all around the rainbow, there's really nothing. This is a very clear look. And this crystal has a lot of a good amount of inclusions. So the inclusions are the breaks within the crystal. And that's what gives us the images once we kind of let our eyes sort of haze over. You know how that works. So I'm seeing a lot of color, and then I'm seeing 3 lights. So there might be 3 very important people in your life. As I turn the crystal just barely to the right, the bright lights of fuchsia, light blue, green, and gold look like they're moving. It's like a movement forward, like they're flying. And to the left is sort of a, concrete, but old concrete structure. Okay, so I feel like you're kind of coming out of the depths and into the light, and you feel like you're expanding. For a lot of you, I feel like your expansion is, just because Jupiter left your first house doesn't mean you aren't still growing. The first house, again, I know I said this last time, but it expands. So you've had all of that expansion in whatever area. Now it's time to see some growth in money. Okay, and lots of peach. Really, really cool. And then there's a particular person in your life, Libra, who's very wise, who may want to mentor you. This person is very, very wise. It's almost like they're an old soul. You've been in a past life together. I'm seeing brown hair, but again, that's my archetype. So think about who that might be. Or if you're mentoring someone, I kind of feel like they're for you. You may meet this person out of the blue, but let me know in the comments below. Let's add up the cards. So we have, let's see, can you all see these? We have 11 and 2 is 13, 14, 15. 15 and 8 is what? 23. And 5 is 28. 2 and 8 is 1. 1 in numerology is all about the I am. It's like the first chakra, feeling safe and secure and being courageous and confident. All right. And 1 in the major arcana cards is the magician, ready to control his own destiny. If you think about the card, the magician card, it's a guy who's dressed in sort of a red band, I think, and sort of balloon pants, blousy pants, and he's holding a wand up to the sky. And on the table in front of him, there's a pentacle, there's a cup, a pentacle for finances and body, a cup for love and that, and then a sword for thinking. So he has all the elements he needs to control his destiny. And you have that, Libra. You have that in spades. Go for it. Go for it. You're on the Monopoly board and it says go. Go. You're ready. You're ripe.